Do you want to know the fastest way to earn your team's respect? It's not a raise, it's not free pizza, and it's definitely not another we're all a family speech because half of your team don't even like their family. The fastest way to earn respect is clarity. And most workplaces, they're running on the complete opposite of that. Vibes, assumptions, and whatever the mood of the manager that showed up with had that morning. Today, I'm breaking down clarity and how it earns respect faster than any perk that you can buy, and why most leaders don't even realize that they're sabotaging it. Let's get into it. Here's a real pain point: employees don't respect leaders that they don't understand. When expectations change every 5 minutes, when nobody agreed on what good even looks like, when your onboarding process is basically follow Steve because he's been here the longest. People stop trusting leadership, not because they're dramatic or entitled, but because confusion kills confidence, and confidence is what respect grows out of. Most of the time, the team isn't lazy, they're guessing. And nothing erodes respect faster than guessing wrong and then getting corrected for a rule that nobody even told them in the first place. But leaders rarely see it because they're too close to their own systems to even realize it. They think that they're being clear. Meanwhile, the team's out here playing defensive just to figure out how to do Tuesday. I learned this the hard way, like embarrassingly hard. A few years ago, I trained a sales team where one poor new guy was trying so hard, but he was missing every target. I'm talking about try his best energy, like the guy who actually watches all of the onboarding videos all the way through. Finally, I sat down with him and walked through the process, and within 5 minutes, I realized we never actually taught him the process. We gave him the tools, we gave him the goals, we even gave him a headset and a computer with two monitors, but the actual step by step, that never happened. He had been building his own version of the job from scratch because we were too busy assuming that he'll just figure it out. That wasn't his fault, it was completely ours. And the moment we gave him clarity, actual real clarity, guess what? He took off. People respect you a whole lot more when they actually know how to win at your organization. And this is exactly why I'm obsessed with clean, repeatable onboarding. When you start someone off with clarity, real expectations, real structure, real support, everything else gets easier. And later in this video, I'll share a resource that I created that gives you that framework without the headache. But hang with me because we need to dig under the surface first. Here's the truth that most leaders don't want to admit. Confusion, it's not about an employee problem, it's a leadership problem. Most leaders don't lack respect, they lack clarity. Respect is earned when people feel safe, informed, and confident about what you expect from them. But companies accidentally create chaos through things like vague job descriptions. They're written by somebody who left 5 years ago and they're not relevant. On the job training, that's really just shadowing somebody who's winging it and might not really know what they're doing either. Managers that coach based on personal preference instead of process. Changes that aren't communicated or explained or even acknowledged. When the structure is unclear, employees fill in the blanks with assumptions. When assumptions become the norm, mistakes become predictable. And when mistakes happen consistently, respect drops, resentment builds, and turnover starts knocking on a door like a door to door salesman who won't leave your porch. Clarity isn't bonus, clarity isn't leadership. So let's talk about how we fix it. And no, it does not involve raising the salaries or giving everyone a free mug with the company logo. Here's going to be 3 actionable steps that earn respect fast. Number 1, define what good looks like. Not poetically, not vaguely, not in corporate riddle form. Spell it out. What does success look like on Monday at 9 a.m.? Or what does it look like on Tuesday at 3 o'clock p.m.? What does done mean? When the finish line is clear, people run harder. The second thing is to create repeatable first week experiences. If your onboarding changes based on who's available, how busy you are, or what fires you're currently putting out, you're not onboarding, you're improvising. Consistency builds trust, trust builds respect. The third thing then is to coach the process, not the person. If every manager is coaching differently, employees stop taking coaching seriously. They respect the leaders who can say, this is the system, here's why it works, and here's how we follow it. The clearer you are, the calmer your team becomes. And calm teams perform better. And high performing teams, yeah, they respect the hell out of you. And here's the kicker, all of this clarity, consistency, confidence, it all starts before your first coaching conversation. It all starts with your onboarding. That's where you define the rules of the game, the standards, the expectations, and the path to success for your employees. If onboarding is chaotic, everything afterwards becomes catch up. If onboarding is clear, everything afterwards becomes level up. This is exactly why I built Onboarding Essentials. It's a clean, simple 4 PDF system that gives you clarity, accountability, retention, engagement, and a way to tie personal performance back to compensation in a way that actually makes sense. There's no fluff in it. It's not some 87-page manual that nobody is going to read. It's simply a practical, repeatable onboarding process that earns respect right out of the gate. If you want a team that respects you, not because they fear you, not because you bribe them, but because you actually set them up to win, this is your first step. So take it. And if this hits home for you, you're going to love the next video, which is stop trying to be the nice boss. Because let me tell you, being liked is not the same thing as being respected, and most leaders get that backwards. If this gave you some clarity today, go ahead and hit that like button, drop a comment, and then subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And let me leave you with one question. I want you to genuinely think about this. Where in your organization are people guessing because you haven't made the expectations clear enough? Drop an answer in the comment below so that we can talk about it. I'll see you in the next one.